The paternity test is in, you guys, for Gypsy Rose, and this is something that has been talked about so much since she announced that she was pregnant, and everyone was like, is it Ryan's baby? Is it Ken's baby? What is the tea here? And we finally have the answers. And of course, it doesn't end there, because there's also another situation where Gypsy saw a video of Ryan and she commented on that video, and everyone's like, Gypsy, you're pregnant. What's going on? Why are we still up in Ryan's business? So the drama continues as usual with Gypsy and Ryan and Ken, and we are going to spill on everything that has been going on. Last week, news broke that Gypsy was going to be taking a pre-birth paternity test to prove Ken is the father of her baby. This has been an ongoing drama since the announcement of her pregnancy, because Gypsy is pregnant and still legally married to Ryan Anderson, which causes some issues where they live, as by Louisiana law, if the mother is married to someone other than the biological father when the child was conceived or has been divorced for less than 300 days at the time of birth, the husband/ex-husband shall be the presumed father unless paternity is established for the biological father. Basically, they were going to do a paternity test after the baby was born to confirm if it is Ryan's or not. But it seems they were able to do this early testing, and news got out and Ryan was not happy, as he posted a video on a TikTok saying that he was finding out that Gypsy took this early test through TMZ.
I'm doing this video today because I got something on my mind. All right, I heard about the DNA test that Gypsy's doing this week. Now, I think it's so strange to me because I've never once questioned who the baby daddy was. Never once said I'm gonna make a fuss about it, or I'm gonna prevent this or do that. I've never said anything like that. I've always said, guys, it's not my baby. Like, I've always said that. And I just think it's funny. You know, it hit me last night. Guys, Gypsy's probably already had that procedure done. Okay? Because you wouldn't tell TMZ about it unless you knew for a fact who the baby daddy already was. So, Ken, congratulations. You're still a homewrecker, in my opinion. But that is your baby. I've never fought that. Gypsy knows that. It's sad that I have to hear about it through TMZ as far as the test being done. It's really sad.
He was later saying that he wished she had called him or gave him a heads up about all of this, literally directly talking to her, to which some people in the comments were like, couldn't have this been a text or an email or something said by the lawyers instead of online? But truly, all of their drama has played out online this year.
They already know. I put money on it that they already know who the baby daddy is, and that's fine. Like, I just would have waited till the baby was born to make it a simple swab instead of having a procedure. That's just me. But do what you do, Gypsy. I mean, like, I'm just being real. You know, I've never fought you on that. Ever. I've not. I just don't understand your logic sometimes. But, you know, a nice call would have been all right to be like, hey, I'm getting this test done.
Now, this is where things get crazy, because you would think that everyone would just move on with their lives now. Like, Gypsy has these results. She knows Ken for sure is the baby's dad. Ryan knows for sure that he is not the dad, and they should all just proceed with the divorce, move on, and live their separate lives. But no, that's not allowed, I guess, not in this world, because it seemed Ryan was on social media having some fun this week. He was in a TikTok with this one girl that went around, and of course, they used a Gypsy Rose sound.
Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just mad because I have a Chad.
Now, that one seemed more like the girl just saw him out in public and asked to make a TikTok and he was down. But then Ryan was seen in another TikTok where a woman was dancing on him and he was jokingly slapping her butt. And this one got Gypsy quite upset, as she ended up commenting on it and said, he is only oh so brokenhearted when he is on live receiving gifts using my name for sympathy and clout. This is so double standard. And later went on TikTok live to vent, and a clip went around where Gypsy was talking about the fact that this was still her legal husband and he's dancing on someone else, and everyone was like, what is going on?
We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married.
So that was the clip that was going around, and everyone was like, aren't you pregnant by someone else and you're mad your legal husband is dancing with someone else? But really, Gypsy was trying to give an example of how crazy this sounds for him to be dancing with someone else, but then get on TikTok live and say that he's sad about her. But A lot of people just saw this one clip and thought that she was very much nuts for calling Ryan out and calling him her husband when she's pregnant, but she was just trying to say that he calls her his wife still, and that it's weird for him to get on live and be like, my wife, and then be in a video like this where he's clearly not hung up over his wife. And so she was like, what if I was like, that's my husband? She wasn't actually trying to be like, I claim him, you guys.
The grown-up thing to do would be for the both of us to stop this tit-for-tat game, and once the divorce is final, go our separate ways. Like, I'm happy in my life with Ken. We're expecting a baby. He can have a girlfriend. I don't care. I'm happy for him. But for me, it's kind of like, don't sit there and then constantly be like, she's my wife. I can talk about her all I want. She's my wife. Well, looking at that video, that's my husband.
And this all really stems from the fact that Ryan has been getting on her nerves recently with the way that he's been talking about her on live still, and that it makes her even more upset that society is on Ryan's side, happy to see him moving on, and she felt that this was unfair for him to be getting praise while she's attacked for moving on.
But what I am disappointed in is society. So it was not even Ryan's video that kind of like made me frustrated. It was society's view of the situation. So, and I understand that sexism and favoritism towards men has been a thing for as like long as can be, okay? So I just don't see how when a man does something, then it's praised. But when a woman does something, she gets slandered and like slammed for it.
Which she did say that she understands that she broke Ryan's heart and she wasn't a good wife. But it seems like because Gypsy says she wasn't with Ken romantically until she legally filed for divorce, that she should have not received as much hate as she did. But I think she failed to realize that the show that she did clearly showed that Ken was talking to her stepmom, trying to get back in Gypsy's life, and it literally worked. Like, he weaseled his way back into her life, and she fell for him romantically. She might not have kissed him until after she filed for divorce, but the fact that she realized she would rather be with Ken, or at least leave Ryan to take the chance and see what would happen if she gave Ken another chance, like, that's the reason why people are happy to see Ryan move on and not her, because people know that she kind of screwed Ryan over in that situation, and Ryan's not out here screwing anyone over by moving on at the moment because he's not with anyone. But I don't think she gets that.
Granted, I understand that I broke Ryan's heart. I left the marriage. I was not a good wife. I could totally admit where I'm wrong in that situation. But I did file for divorce. I did go ahead and make that separation legally. And then got with Ken.
Like, for sure, women get criticized way more than men sometimes, but in this situation, it's not about gender. Like, Ryan doesn't deserve criticism for dancing with another woman because he's a man whose wife left him. So this was a crazy take, but ultimately Gypsy was talking about how she hates this back and forth with Ryan on TikTok and how he gets online to try and get sympathy and money from others by talking about her, and that she really wants him to move on from all of this. To which I do agree with her that he does talk about her so much on TikTok Live, always doing polls about her and her baby and Ken, and he does stir the pot. She claims that this was going to be the last time that she was going to be talking about him online, and that she would hope that he would do the same for her and her child.
I do feel like all he does is talk about me and his lives, and it is frustrating because it's like, you do have your own life going on, so why don't you talk about like your life? And so it's kind of one of those things that, like, he can talk about me all he wants, and people praise that, and people are okay with that, but I can't even shoot one shot at him at all. And I'm like, I get it in one sense, and then another sense, like, y'all don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And I think the bigger picture here is there is a child in this situation. It's not his child, so I know that it's not his problem, but there is a child involved. And right now, me and him are acting very childish of our own. And we both need to grow the up. because it's not about him, it's not about me, it's not about Ken, it's about this baby. This baby is innocent in all of this. This baby didn't ask to be brought into the situation. So this is the last time I'm talking about him on social media.
She even addresses him directly at the end, really pleading with him to stop this back and forth.
I want you to be happy, Ryan. I really do. I want it to be genuine. And I need this fighting, in a sense, to stop. Like, please, 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 can we just think about my child for a second in this and be wrong about it? That's all that I ask. I'm not trying to come at you. I'm not trying to prevent you from healing or getting a girlfriend. I'm happy if you do. My wish is that, I have my happiness with Ken and you have a happiness with someone that will love you the way you should be loved.
After this live, Gypsy ended up posting on social media the proof of the paternity test, fully showing Ken is the father of her baby. And she wrote alongside the results saying, "There's been a lot of chatter around the paternity of our baby. And while we've known for sure from the beginning, I feel that it's finally time to put all these theories to rest. Here are the results showing Ken is the father. Ken is going to be an incredible dad, and we are so excited to welcome her to the world." This drama truly never seems to end between Gypsy and Ryan, no matter how many times they say it's the last time they're talking about each other or that they want the drama to end. I'm almost certain Ryan will be responding to Gypsy by going on live or something, because that's his usual behavior, and I'm sure the cycle will continue on with the drama. But as of right now, that's what's been said by Gypsy in all of this, and the paternity test results. Honestly, I'm sure we're going to hear from her again in all of this. Like, the drama is not over. Like, they're not fully divorced yet, so I could see her talking about him again, even though she said she's not going to be. But I don't know if I believe that. Let me know what you guys think, though, about all of this in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.